We're currently in a project that has two maps, neither of which are open currently. So we have the electric map and electric map alternate. So I'm just going to double click on electric map, and this is in the catalog section here. And it's going to display a system map with some basic formatting set up. And so the way to think about maps is this is the way that you view the features in the map and also how you interact with those features. It's not the actual source of the feature data that resides in a database or in a file somewhere. It's really the window into what those features would look like when displayed on a map. And so the map's going to show things like all of your poles and transformers and pedestals and meters and the wire, etc. And it's going to define how those features are displayed. And so one map can show features in a certain way while another map shows them in a completely different way. And so a map is going to consist of one or more layers. And so I'm going to click on the Contents tab here, and you can see the various layers that are here. So the layers actually are the specific method that defines the symbols and the colors and some of the other ways of interacting with the map. And so as I click on the little arrows here, you can kind of see what the symbology looks like for that particular type of layer. So let's see what happens if I click the checkbox here for wire. So notice that all the wires that you saw on the map are now gone. So if I click on that again, it will show me the wires again. And so if I open up the little arrow here, you can see the various types of wire that we have available to us. And so we can see what those symbols look like. Mostly that's going to define, in this case for wire, what the colors are, the thickness of that particular wire, and then whether it's just a solid line or whether it's dashed. And so we can also impact the labeling this way as well. So I'm going to go and click on this list by labeling icon here. And right now you can see that the wire labeling is turned off. So I'm going to click on that. And now if you look, you can see that we start seeing this phase information here for this particular type of labeling class, which is called phase. And so I can take that off easily by just clicking that checkbox. Or I could have clicked on the actual checkbox next to phase if I wanted to just take out that. If I had multiple types of labels for the same layer, you can do that as well. So let's go back to our initial list by drawing order option here. And then also notice too that we've got a parcel map being displayed in the background. You can kind of see the lines there. And there's also some of the road names that are listed as well. So I can easily take that on and off. So if I wanted to get rid of that to make things maybe look a little bit more clear, I can do that very easily. And then notice too that there's an arrow here as well. So in this case, this is actually a layer group. And so each one of these items within this is another layer in and of itself. They're just grouped together, and they have a way of being able to kind of hide and show just to kind of make it a little bit easier to navigate. So in this case, if I turn back the county map group layer back on, I can also do things like turn on just the parcel address information. So I can turn that on and off very easily, and that's just another level of control that you have. So you can do them all at once. So notice that these are checked still, but the map parcel information, the roads went away. If I do that, it turns all of those back on, at least the ones that are checked underneath that. So notice how, since that wasn't checked for the addresses, then it didn't display. So the other thing we can do too is we can also do base maps. And so Esri has a number of built-in base maps. And so if you're on the map tab up here at the top, you can select the base map option, and then you can select something like imagery. And that's going to show imagery information in the background there. And you can easily switch that out. So if I wanted to go to a topographic map, I can do that. And so that's going to just kind of be underneath the map. That's kind of a way of thinking about that. And so the base maps you can't directly interact with. So that's kind of the main difference. You can also take something like the county map information I had, and I could make that into a base map. And so that kind of defines some of the rules as far as how you can work with some of the different layers that are happening within your map.